Trial Mountain in the BAC Mono. This is an easy two-stop race. It couldn't be more simple. You stop on around lap 11 and then again on lap 20. There's plenty of fuel, plenty of tyres. Easy. But what about the one-stop strategy? Does it work? Well, when I put it to the test, the AI pulled an absolute blinder on me. They really took me to school. Have a look at this. Alright then gang, this is the challenge that I've set myself for today. The BAC Mono around Trial Mountain. The aim here is to make it half distance. I predicted that if I can get to halfway in this race with a full tank of fuel, then I should be able to one-stop this thing. So I'm going to up the lean off the fuel to 4. See how many laps that gives me. I'm predicting I need about 15-16 laps worth of fuel to get me halfway in this race. What I'm doing here is eliminating the need to race other cars. It's a battle with my brain. I need to keep the mono on track, and it's basically a battle with myself rather than battling other cars. If I can just keep this on track and not use too much fuel, then by my prediction, the one-stop should work. But it's anyone's guess. Let's see how we get on. I need to short shift the gears as much as possible. Try and reduce that wheel spin. And I need to look after these tyres to great effect, because they are what's gonna see me through in this race. I'm not too worried about gaining positions at this point. It's about being smooth, consistent on the lap times, and this race will come to me. I'm sure of it. All the evidence points to that this can be done on one stop. Well, see if that comes to fruition. Try and grab a bit of slipstream off of Portilla! Whoa! Brakes needed. I'm going to go through, at the end of the video, I'm going to go through the exact upgrades that I've applied to this car. My theory was, if I didn't upgrade the engine too much, it might not use too much fuel. That could be a load of horse manure for all I know, but you'll soon tell me. My theory, hopefully it will be stand corrected. We'll see. I'll also go through the setup that I applied to this car. You can check that out as well at the end of the video. Something to look forward to. There's really no need to be too aggressive, I figured, at this stage of the race, because it's all about consistent lap times and not destroying these tyres, and hopefully not picking up any 1.5 second penalties for hitting any walls. We just don't need the added the time loss. This race is all about consistency. But the AI seems to be really hampering me and just in my way. I could do with a clean bit of track, to be honest. Just short shifting those gears as well. Just save every single molecule of fuel I can. It's all going to help me towards the one stop in this race. If this strategy actually pays off, it could be a nice little strategy to follow, I think, anyway. Because what I'm doing is I'm just almost pootling around in lean mixture 4, just trying not to overcook the car. I'm not really worrying about racing anyone, because this race is going to come back to me in the pit stops. So I think this could be a cracking little strategy, you know. We're at halfway. I've just noticed we're at halfway on the fuel gauge there. The tyres are looking okay. Not spun out the rears too much. Pit halfway, fuel to the end. So things are looking good. We've got our first round of pit stops by the AI. Those fools! Fools! It's a one-stop race. I'm convinced of it. Let's go! The toughest part's going to be managing these tyres. I'm absolutely fine just pootling around on fuel map 4, but the tyres are dwindling away. The performance is going, although the lap time's not really showing it. I'm having to be a bit more careful coming out of these corners. But something to manage. I like something to manage, something to do. Jesus. See how fast I caught that guy then. What's going on here? Is this the formation lap or something? We got a race on. They're all going round like it's a Sunday afternoon. Whoa! I was close to that inside. I don't want to nab that for a 1.5 second penalty. Let's just let these guys do their thing. We're not racing them at the moment. They don't know. They're not going to know what's hit them. Shh, let's not tell them. Let's not tell them anything. I don't know who's listening over team radio. We need to keep the strategy quiet. You watch this little cut back now. Here we go. They've got so much more grip out of that last corner. It's impossible. They absolutely fly out of there. No matter how slow they're going, just take off. Fraga, what are you doing? Can we pick up the pace, please? Need to not get too excited because we've got our own strategy to follow here. Let's just calm down a minute. Take a breather. Just fall into a rhythm again. 4.6 laps of fuel remaining. I haven't touched the mixture. Kept it on 4 this entire time. Things are looking good still for that halfway pit stop. Made it into P3. Got some clean track ahead of me now that I can just focus on my own day. There's nobody else to worry about but myself. Although here comes Fraga. About break myself into one of the scariest corners on this track. Oh, he's turned me round! Fraga, you absolute imbecile! I knew it was the AI that I had to be careful of. Just cut right. Calm down. Recompose, Lou. Compose. We've got a bit of front end damage. This race is still on. That was an exceptional spin there. Flipping heck. This is looking really good now. This is shaping up really well. Look at this. We've got 3 laps of fuel remaining and we're half distance. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. If it wasn't for... I've had a spin as well, mind. Let's just see how this develops. Let's see what the leaders are... Let's see what the leaders end up doing and how this develops. This is exciting stuff here. 2 laps of fuel remaining. I think that is... Judging by it was 3 laps on the previous, just as I was going across the start-finish straight, I reckon there is 2 laps of fuel in this car by the time I get back to the pit. So that's working out nice. I'm risking it. I'm going for another one. More time out on track, I figure, is best. It is high risk, though. I need to make it round this lap. Might be a bit of fuel saving towards the end required, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go. 1 lap remaining. Living life on the edge, baby. Finally past Igor. Oh no, he's back. This guy will not give up. I swear they've made Igor Fraga in this game ridiculously annoying. I seem to just run into him in all of my races, and he ends up ruining them all as well. 0.5 laps of fuel remaining. I need to make it to the pits, otherwise it's game over. Oh my word, that pit stop could not have come soon enough. Good lord, I've timed that to perfection though. We want the sports mediums again. I'm glad to get on some fresh rubber. Oh my god, my heart's pounding and I'm boiling again. I need to refuel the tank all the way up, right up to the max, I think. I'm not even going to risk... My brain just can't compute at the moment how many laps of fuel I need to put in. And so I'll default to the full tank. 15 laps of fuel we're in, I think. So I think that should be sufficient to get me to the end of the race. It's just now about what the leaders do up ahead with their pit stops. Let's bring that back down to 4. I got a bit nervous, I'll admit that, towards the end of that lap. I'm a bit perplexed how I've lost so much time to Brooks and the leaders are here. Unless my lap times were ridiculously off pace, which they are showing that, but how much time I've saved ridiculous amount of time by not pitting, haven't I? Don't hold me up. Whoa. Let's just keep going. Let's just see how this develops. I've no idea what's going to happen here now. We're finding out. This is science. We're finding out together. There's my first bit of luck. Igor Fraga's pitting in third. I wonder if the other ones are going to pit. Let's just... I hope so. I bloomin' hope so. Unless they pit on the very last lap. I ain't doing this. They've pitted! What does that mean? How is this possible? I knew it was possible. I don't understand what's going to happen now. I'm about to finish the race. I've never seen this before. Let's just compose ourselves and just get across the finish line. He's taken the checker flag in the freaking pit lane. Is that a thing? He's two-stopped the race on the last lap. The AI at its best, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I didn't win. Because it's... I'm perplexed. What's happened? I can't leave it there. I absolutely can't leave it there. So I'm having one more crack at it because I know it's doable, the one stop. Same strategy. Pitting at 30 minutes into the race, half distance, with one difference being I'm on the Sport Softs tyres this time because the pace of the guys up ahead was just too powerful. And I underestimated the tyre wear in this race. It's not too difficult. It's not too bad. So the Sport Softs was the way to go. So that was the first thing that I changed. It was just then about getting through the traffic until the pit stop, not making any mistakes, hitting any walls, incurring penalties, just a clean race. And fuel map 3, and I short shifted to get to just make sure of the fuel. I eventually pitted on lap 16 with about 0.7 laps of fuel remaining, softs on again to go for my second stint and see me out for the remainder of the race. You can see on screen that I rejoined the track after my pit stop, and this is the gap to Fraga behind. Annoyingly, on the replays, doesn't show you the time difference, so I can only visually show you the gap to Fraga behind. And then from this point, it was all about not hitting anything, doing anything stupid, just running my own race, keeping my cool, trying to gain as much time as I could, just in case. Eventually though, I came home to take the win. The one-stop strategy does work if you're on the right tyres, and I almost lapped Fraga and Inostraza towards the end, which I was super happy with. It was 30 laps that I managed to do, almost 31 laps. So I think I ran a pretty good race there, and the one-stop strategy was effective. However, if you're not comfortable running the tyres down into the red for long periods of time, I would just go with the two-stop strategy. But the one-stop does work, and it made for an enjoyable mix-up of this race. But as promised, I'm going to show you the setup now. Let's head over to the setup sheet quickly. Alright then gang, here's the setup sheet that I used for my Trial Mountain 1 hour human comedy race. I'm not going to bore you going through all the individual settings. You know the drill. You can pause the screen and then copy them down. It's pretty simple stuff. But those are the settings that I chose to go with. Those are the components that I've installed on the car. It worked pretty well for me. There's plenty of guides out there, but this is what I chose to run with. And the car was glued to the ground if you were respectful of the throttle pedal. That's about all I need to say. But apart from that, that'll about do it for me this week, guys. Have a good day. I will see you on the track soon. They've pitted! What does that mean? How is this possible? I knew it was possible. I don't understand what's going to happen now.